Hi and welcome to Old School Blues Guitar. It's time for the second verse of Tampa Red's Bumblebee Blues. And we're going to take it from the turnaround at the end of the first verse. And then I'll play the second verse all the way through. We'll break it down and then we'll play it again real slow at the end. There is the second verse. Now again, this is how I play it, and I play it differently, I think, every single time I play it. And that's because I'm not trying to memorize and play exactly what he plays, every single verse, every single note, but instead I'm using his ideas and I'm rearranging them and playing them my way and to make it my version. But anyway, the things I teach you, the big licks, are exactly from the song, and there's a couple really cool ones in this verse. So he starts out again, going from the second to the third fret on the first string, and then he does a lead in to the 4 or the G7, 1, 2 on the 5th string, so he does something like that. So I'm going to the 7th fret of the first string and just kind of pulling off and smearing up on, or smearing down on the string. So again, slowly. So I'm going from the 7th to the 3rd, and I'm sliding into it. 2nd to 3rd. So I'm going to the 5th fret of the 2nd string, 2nd, 3rd on the 2nd string, and open. That's what I play on that. So and again, keeping the bass in there whenever I can throw it in and keep it in tune or in time. So the first part of that. And the open string. And then he goes, going to go all the way to the 12th fret, all the way up there, and then do another pull off slide thing. So again, and he does a lick almost exactly the same as what we did in the introduction. I'm going to slide 2nd to 3rd on the 1st string, open 1st string, 2nd fret of the 2nd string, open 1st string, sliding to the 2nd, 5th fret of the 2nd string. So it's like this. And he does this cool little bouncy bass thing, which this is how I play it. A quick downstroke with the thumb on the 4th string, and open 5th string, bend down on the 3rd fret of the 6th string, open 6th string, so like this, open 4th string, so that whole lick, and then he's going to lead into the 4, which is the G7 chord. Now I'm not actually playing the chord, I'm just coming down really hard on that bass note where I actually make the rest of the chord sound out a little bit without strumming it. That's how, if you listen to the original song, he really keeps the background filled up by the way he attacks the guitar. So let's do that whole verse so far. 2. And then 5, 4, 5 on the second string. So 2, 3, 2 on the first string. And then back into the 4 chord. Just with the bass notes. Okay, hold on a second. Let me do that again. Does something like that. So it's open, slide, 5, 4, open, 4, 5, 4, 5. That's it. Sorry. Again, I'm trying to memorize this, and that's this. I'm trying to get as close as I can to what he plays. Then he does this really cool lick. 1, 2, 3, 4 on the open first string. 3, open on the second string. Something like that. Whoops. We've done this before. Then variation. When he goes over the 5, he's going 2, 3, open on the second string, then to the 7th fret of the second string. And this is the 5 chord. So I'm doing a pattern just like I did earlier with this. Open, bass string, strum up, come down on the 4th string, which is fretted like that. That's our next part. So let me do this in context. Right there. And then he does this. So he's just going. Similar to what we did in the introduction. 2nd, 3rd, open. Actually, I think he does it more like that. Like that. Into the next verse. So let's do that whole verse all the way through, nice and slow. So this is verse 2 of Bumblebee Blues. Verse. Now I get confused on that. He plays that 2 or 3 different ways throughout the song, and so I'm confused whether I'm showing you exactly which version of that he does at that point in the song. Listen to the recording and you'll hear those variations. Plays a little faster sometimes. It just varies. Play what you feel. But that's what he's playing. He's playing those notes, but maybe just a little differently. So that's verse 2 of Bumblebee Blues. When we come back, we're going to do verse number 3, which has a really cool stop time. And we'll do that and just keep plowing ahead. There are 4 or 5 more verses to go. And there's some really cool licks that we haven't seen yet. Some of these licks, like those are Tampa Red staples. He uses those in a lot of different ways. And combines them with different ideas. That's what makes his playing so interesting. See you in a little bit.